Okay, with example 10 can also be done using the CAS, but there's just a couple of things that you need to know when you're doing it. So if you're trying to find the modulus of a complex number, what you need to do is use the complex number menu. So go into your menu, go into number, and complex number tools, and you're looking here at magnitude. Now that'll come up like that, okay, and you can put your complex number in. So you can put in, just a real number, so that's nice and easy. You could also put in, something that you couldn't do as easily. So a real complex number, let's say 1 plus, we'll say 3i, and push enter. And you can see that it straight up gives you the modulus even in third form, which is fantastic. So you can do it that way. The other thing that you may want to find is the angle, okay, for a complex number. Now let's say let's use the same complex number, 1 plus 3i. So I might use a simpler one actually. We'll go number, go to complex number tools, and then go into polar angle. And I'm just going to I'll use a simpler one, so a standard one. 1 plus I. So if you can visualize that, you're going across 1 and then going up 1. So if we type angle and 1 plus I, you see straight away that you get the angle coming out in your CAS. All right. With this as well, you may have to be careful with questions that are using big arg and little arg. So I'm just going to actually type the word angle. And let's think about one that's in quadrant 3. So this was -1 minus I, which is in quadrant 3. Okay, if we push enter on that, it actually is set up to give you big arg. So if you're dealing with complex numbers little arg, it's all right to use this kind of form for little a, for little arg. It's not okay to use little arg form for big arg. So you're actually better off and safer using the big arg form just all the time, because you can't go wrong doing it that way. That way, if it is a question with big arg, you've got it right in terms of the form of the angle. So using your CAS is fantastic. Everything you need for the complex numbers, remember, is inside that menu, the number menu, and then complex number tools, and polar angle or magnitude. You can also convert to polar and convert to rectangular or Cartesian coordinates as well. So if we wanted to convert to polar, and let's say for our, I don't want my angle, let's say 1 plus I, and I want to convert that to polar. If you put that in, it's going to put it in a slightly strange form that you haven't seen before. We haven't done it with this E form, but what it's done here, this E and the I form is the equivalent of cis. So this is basically root 2 cis pi on 4. So it's put it into polar form for you. You can also convert this back again. So you could convert that type of form into rectangular. Okay, and you can see you've got 1 plus I back again. So it's a really, really useful way of working with complex numbers. If you have the access to the CAS, definitely use it. Great for checking answers, and especially great if you want to work through some of those questions really quickly.